Hello and welcome. The annual India Today High and Mighty list is back, and over the next half hour we will take you through those who have made the cut this year. For the second year running, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, there's a churn in the power list, though a handful of perennial continue to be perched in the power list stratosphere. But there are 9 first ever entrants in this edition. So sit back, enjoy the power trip.
India Today's annual power list, the biggest movers and shakers, is back. In the latest edition of India Today magazine, we count down the 50 personalities who've reached new highs amid a pandemic, the unstoppable dominators who are rising above all challenges. In this special broadcast, we will tell you all about the big corporates, politicians, bureaucrats, sportspersons and entertainment personalities who are the high and mighty of India, who continue to inspire and make headlines in their respective fields. We also break down the newcomers in the list, those who stormed into this power list for being an inspiration, for being go-getters, for setting new gold standards. What about the most talked about politicians in the country? We've got you covered on that as well. Our high and mighty list will tell you which politicians continue to dominate headlines and influence the masses. So stay tuned to India Today TV as we give you a sneak peek into the 2021 High and Mighty list. And don't forget to grab the latest issue of India Today magazine that's out on stands now for the full list.
So let's get right down to it. Here's a look at the top 15 in our power list this year. Many of them familiar faces in this list, holding on to the reins of success in a year when so many have been laid low in not a feat of privilege alone. In these precarious times, here's a look at the most prominent figures of Indian business, culture and entertainment.
At number 15 is the chairman of Vedanta Resources, ANIL AGARWAL. Vedanta, an oil and metals giant with revenues of 87,750 crore rupees in 2020-21, is looking to invest 1.5 lakh crore rupees in India, including buying companies in the government's divestment pipeline, such as BPCL and Shipping Corporation of India. Anil Agarwal has focused keenly on helping India thrive, laying out a socio-economic development roadmap worth 5,000 crore rupees over the next 5 years under the Anil Agarwal Foundation, focused on nutrition, women and child development, healthcare and animal welfare. Vedanta also went above and beyond to help the country amidst the pandemic, spending 351 crore rupees on COVID relief and even setting up field hospitals. At number 14, we have AJAY PIRAMAL, chairman of the PIRAMAL Group. A pharma company that rose to the pandemic challenges, the PIRAMAL Group and PIRAMAL Foundation have, through the pandemic, served nearly 27 million meals through various food relief initiatives, supported over 590 farmers and over 450 daily wagers. AJAY PIRAMAL has also aggressively expanded the group's financial portfolio, completing the acquisition and merger of DHFL in September 2021, marking the first successful resolution under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code in the financial services sector. Roshni and Shiv Nadar of HCL Technologies occupy the number 13 position in our high and mighty list. The Nadars are among the select few Indian billionaires on global rich lists. With a net worth of 2.33 lakh crore rupees, Shiv Nadar ranked third in the 2021 Forbes India's 100 richest list. Roshni Nadar Malhotra was 54th on the Forbes World's 100 most powerful women list in 2019. At number 12 is Nandan Nilekani, co-founder of Infosys and former chairman of UDAY. Nilekani makes it to the high and mighty list for the first time, and he figures at number 12 because he's been at the forefront of India's digital revolution, from setting up Infosys in 1981 to now steering the digital payments campaign as head of the RBI Committee on Digital Payments. At number 11 is our forever idol, Amitabh Bachchan. One of the busiest superstars in the industry, the Big B just doesn't take a break. From TV to films to philanthropy, he's got his plate full and is nowhere close to hanging up his boots. An eternal actor who rules India's hearts, Amitabh Bachchan continues to rule with his KBC show and has a number of extremely interesting films also coming up. At number 10 are our vaccine warriors, Cyrus and Adar Poonawalla. To rise up to the challenge of a pandemic, to develop a vaccine and then to ensure global supply is no mean feat. And for the Poonawallas, the last 1 year has been a roller coaster ride. The Serum Institute of India has been a leading player in helping India reach its COVID vaccination targets and the 1 billion vaccination doses mark. At number 9 is the chairman of Tata Sons, N. Chandrasekaran. As part of his One Tata strategy to simplify, synergize and scale up Tata businesses, the group is working towards massive debt reduction, digitization and acquisitions. In May this year, Tata Digital acquired a majority stake in online grocery firm Big Basket and in fitness startup CureFit in June. The group will soon launch Tata Neu, a super app for all consumer services. Mr. Generosity, Azim Premji, is at number 8 of our high and mighty countdown. The founder and chairman of the Wipro Group topped the 2020 Edelgive Hurun India philanthropy list with a donation of 7,904 crore rupees. Wipro Enterprises and Azim Premji Foundation together committed 1,125 crore rupees for COVID relief, increasing it to 2,125 crore in May 2021 for the vaccination drive. At number 7 is Sunil Bharti Mittal, chairman of Bharti Enterprises. In a year that saw major telcos such as Vodafone, Idea struggle for survival, Bharti Airtel took the market leader Reliance Jio head-on, adding 3.8 million subscribers in June to take its mobile user base to over 350 million.
At number 6 is JSW Group Chairman Sajjan Jindal, the man of steel and much more. Sustainability has been the mantra of JSW Steel and renewable energy has been a big focus for the group. And of course, Golden Boy NEERAJ Chopra was handpicked and trained by the group's Inspire Institute of Sports.
We're down to the top 5 high and mighty personalities of India. Place your bets, take a guess, and here we go from 5 to the number 1 in this power list. At number 5 is money master Uday Kotak. Kotak Mahindra is India's 4th largest private bank, and the digital disruption in the financial services sector saw Uday Kotak's bank mobile app transaction volumes grow 128% and value up 51% in 2020-21. Uday Kotak is the world's richest banker with a net worth of 1.2 lakh crore in the Bloomberg Billionaires Index in December 2020. At number 4 of the high and mighty list is Ratan Tata, who's done everything he can to help India tide over the COVID pandemic. Ratan Tata's Tata Trusts committed an initial 500 crore rupees to fight the pandemic, upgraded 4 government hospitals in Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra into COVID treatment centers, and has even been helping migrant workers get government jobs. Add to that is the return of the Maharaja to the Tatas as they won the Air India bid recently. There's another Captain Cool in town besides MS Dhoni, and it's Kumar Mangalam Birla, who features at number 3 in our high and mighty list. Despite the pandemic, the Aditya Birla Group has invested hugely in India's growth story. Birla's timely intervention letter to the centre on the health of the telecom sector and his meetings with officials and policymakers highlighting Vodafone Idea's woes even paved the way for a range of relief measures to Indian telecom companies. At number 2 is Gautam Adani, chairman of the Adani Group, an infrastructure empire that was unstoppable even during the pandemic. And that's why Adani has become the second richest man in Asia, with his wealth growing almost 4 times in the last 1 year, according to Hurun India. But his philanthropic side has also made headlines. Adani's massive infra logistics was also used to distribute oxygen across the country to needy COVID patients. And let's now end the suspense and tell you who sits on the throne of the high and mighty. He's Asia's richest man. He runs India's largest private sector company. That's right, Mukesh Ambani remains at the number 1 position in 2021 as well. Because Reliance Industries under Mukesh Ambani continues to scale new heights. The company had a consolidated turnover of 5.39 lakh crore rupees for 2020-21. Profits of 53,739 crore rupees despite a challenging business environment. From Jio surging ahead and becoming the sector leader to turning Reliance's retail brand to a profit machine, Mukesh Ambani is unstoppable, and fittingly, he's at the number 1 spot in the 2021 High and Mighty list.
Welcome back. You're watching India Today magazine special, The High and Mighty. The pandemic, which hit the world hard and particularly India, reorganized the regional order in many countries. However, the political power order of the country remained largely unchanged, with BJP-RSS ecosystem firmly entrenched at the top. There is only one person from the Congress and 2 opposition leaders in our Neta power list this year. Let's find out who the political clout wielders this year are.
At number 10, we have Rahul Gandhi, because he's the de facto president of India's main pan-Indian opposition party. Mr. Gandhi has been the most vocal and consistent voice on every national issue. And as leader of the Congress, his involvement is crucial for the success of any united alliance against the BJP. Because he's the prime challenger, he is number 10 on the political rankings this year. At number 9 is BL Santosh, General Secretary Organization of the BJP, making a spectacular debut because he's the official RSS link between Sangh affiliates and the BJP. BL Santosh played a crucial role in the recent cabinet and organizational reshuffle of the party. Because he's also the BJP's go-to man for expansion in South India, he has found his place among the political high and mighty this year. At number 8, we have JP Nadda, National President of the Bharatiya Janata Party, making his appearance because as president of the world's largest political party, he has carved a space for himself despite working under the Modi-Shah duo. Mr. Nadda has ensured a transition of power in BJP-led states and given more space to women, OBCs, Dalits, tribals and the younger leadership. At number 7, we have another debut with Sharad Pawar, President of the Nationalist Congress Party, making his place in the power list. Sharad Pawar is the architect of the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, a first-of-its-kind experiment which saw 3 mainstream parties get together to form a coalition government in the state. He's close to the Prime Minister and is also seen as someone who could lead a non-Congress opposition in the country. At number 6 is the tallest challenger in the country, the firebrand Mamata Banerjee. A high-voltage Bengal battle culminated with Mamata emerging victor, crushing the BJP, which rarely tastes failure. Mamata now is projecting herself as leader of all forces inimical to Modi and the BJP in the 2024 general election. At number 5 is highwayman Nitin Gadkari. The Union Minister continues to anchor the country's infrastructure overhaul plan. Gadkari also has acceptance across party lines, has earned the reputation as a doer and someone who has a passion for his art. At number 4 is Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. Because the BJP's national electoral fortunes depend on its performance in UP, and Yogi is the man there. He has emerged as the Hindutva face of the party and has been seen as many as the inheritor of the Modi-Shah legacy. Two men share the number 3 position, both linked to the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. Mohan Bhagwat, the Sarsang Chalak, and Dattatreya Hosabale, General Secretary of the RSS. The opinion and vision of the top 2 heads of the RSS matter in the policy directives of the centre and the 18 states that the BJP rules. At number 2 is the ultimate enforcer, Home Minister Amit Shah. Because he is Prime Minister Modi's right-hand man and handles all critical assignments. Even though he's no longer party president, he's still the chief architect of the BJP's poll campaigns, and his opinion counts in everything. And at number 1, the biggest clout wielder, the master of all he surveys, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Modi continues to be the supreme commander of the government and the BJP. Despite the many crises like the pandemic, economic distress and the farmers' protest, he remains undisputed in his popularity, as a range of opinion polls show. His personal stamp is evident everywhere, be it the cabinet reshuffle or change of guard in BJP-ruled states.
Our power list this year features a number of debutants, people who stormed into the seat with their stories of success rising above all challenges. The pandemic could not stop them from achieving their dreams and going all out to get what they wanted. Let's talk about the 9 newbies who feature in our list this year.
The golden boy NEERAJ Chopra figures on the high and mighty list for the first time because he was the hero we needed at the Tokyo Olympics. His Olympic gold medal, India's first in athletics and only its second individual gold, led to a surge in non-cricket sports, with an estimated 120 million Indians tuning in to catch the athletics at the Tokyo Olympics. Actor PANKAJ Tripathi has also featured on the high and mighty list for the first time, ranked 45 in the list. Tripathi has shown that streaming stars are just as good as the ones on the big screen. With cinemas shut for 7 months last year, Tripathi was the entertainer of 2020, enjoying multiple successes on OTT platforms. The big bull, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, has stormed into our power list. At a time when India's stock markets are rising, with the Sensex crossing the 60,000 mark very recently, the big bull of the stock markets is among the most sought-after people in India for investment advice. His portfolio is currently worth over a whopping 40,000 crore rupees. Jay Shah, Secretary of the BCCI, features for the first time in the high and mighty list because he's ensuring that the new BCCI reforms in cricketing governance happen smoothly and that cricket gets its respect back after years of controversies. Political genie Prashant Kishore also makes his debut in the power list. Kishore is a one-man election-winning army. In the battle for West Bengal earlier this year, he was a crucial part of the Trinamool's win against the BJP's massive election machinery led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He also correctly predicted the BJP would not win over 100 seats. Now, he's one of the brains behind Trinamool chief Mamata Banerjee's national expansion plan. Ranked 47 in our high and mighty list are debutants Nitin and Nikhil Kamath. With a wealth of 24,000 crores, they are the richest self-made entrepreneurs in India under 40. Zerodha, an online stockbroking platform, grew 100% month-on-month during the lockdown and accounts for about 10 to 15% of the daily equity volume of India. Monumental architect BIMAL Patel is for the first time in the high and mighty list. He has been Narendra Modi's preferred architect since 2011, whether it is the Swarnim Sankul, a complex of government offices flanking the Legislative Assembly building in Gandhinagar, or the 20,000 crore rupee Central Vista project. And YouTuber Carrie Minati also debuts in the high and mighty list this year at number 50 because he is Asia's biggest individual YouTuber. With 32.5 million subscribers, Carrie Minati, aka AJAY Nagar, is one of the most popular digital creators, with each of his videos garnering at least 40 million views. Brand integration for one video on his main channel costs an estimated 75 lakh rupees to 1 crore.
So who are the sporting heroes and celebrities who feature in our list this year? It's more or less the usual suspects, with cricketing stars and superstars from the Hindi film industry continuing their domination and winning a billion hearts.
Virat Kohli is always pumped up, too much energy.
Modern-day sporting legend and captain fantastic Virat Kohli is ranked 27 in the high and mighty list. Under Kohli's leadership, the team has acquired an aggressive intensity and high fitness levels that saw it reach the finals of the maiden World Test Championship.
Beautiful.
Kohli is also the most successful Asian team captain against South Africa, England, New Zealand and Australia.
The captain with a catch which he took leap.
Brand Virat continues to be an unbeatable force. With 185 million followers on Instagram,
The big stage, the big occasion.
a barrage of endorsement deals, and being one half of power couple Virushka, Kohli is way ahead in the popularity charts.
Beautiful. Virat.
That's all we have time for in this special broadcast. Thank you for watching, and do remember to get your hands on the latest edition of the India Today magazine to get the full list of all the 50 names in our annual High and Mighty list.